There is a peephole in our front door. It wasn't always there. My mother recently demanded we get one, and my father did not hesitate to comply. She always wanted one, and to be honest, so did I. Neither of us are exceptionally eager to open the door without a clue who is knocking. You see, my sister and I, we have this weird way of attracting creepers. Not your average run-of-the-mill weirdos who just hit on you. I mean, some really bizarre guys. Anyway, back to the peephole. I'm just a bit taller than my mom and sister, so I have to bend down to see out of it. And see well enough, I suppose, but it's a pain. When I go home, it's not uncommon for me to have the entire house to myself all day, as everyone else tends to have steady daily work schedules. That's why I was alone in the house the day it happened. I was at the computer watching YouTube mostly when the doorbell rang, followed by a series of knocks. Curiously and hesitantly, I paused my video and caught up and went to the door. I glanced through the peephole and stared intently for a long time. I saw no one. I took a few steps back when the knocking persisted, followed by a
"Hello."
I glanced through the hole and again saw no one, though I could feel the vibrating of the door with each tap against the wood. I started to grow a bit apprehensive, and I found myself wishing my dad's gun was kept in the front hall rather than in the back room. I considered pretending like I wasn't home. After all, if I were back at school, there wouldn't be anyone home right now. But as I stood there, the knocking grew more and more persistent, accompanied by numerous rings at the doorbell. Finally, I decided to open the door. Slowly, I inched the door open, but no one was there. There was just a large vase of black roses on the doorstep with a note attached. I pulled the vase inside and quickly shut and locked the door again. I set the roses on the kitchen table and admired them for a few moments. Their bittersweet scent quickly overpowered the room, and something about the smell made me feel sad, lonely. I noticed the note again and read it. There was no name, neither sender nor receiver. It simply read,
"My darling, I miss you. More than you could ever know, I miss you. Night after night, my bed remains cold, devoid of you. Days are empty and meaningless. Come, join me again, my dearest, so that we may once again dance the night away. Come to me, my love."
Sitting there reading that note, overcome with the scent of the black flowers, which was like perfumed sorrow, I felt tears fall down my eyes. I became desperate to see him, this mysterious man. I longed to elevate his sorrows. I didn't know who he was, but I wanted to comfort him however I could. What happened next, I can't really tell you. It's just a blank for me. Nothing but the desperate longing to see him. When I came back to my senses, I was in the hospital. I had bandages wrapped tightly around my wrist. My family sat close by, and when they saw me awake, they expressed relief and concern. They demanded to know what I was thinking. When I asked them what happened, they explained that my mother arrived home from work to find a bloody knife on the kitchen floor and a red trail leading to the back room. My dad's gun was in my mouth. Apparently, I'd passed out before pulling the trigger. I still don't know who sent the flowers. They were gone when I returned home, along with a note. My family never mentioned either of them. But every once in a while, I'll smell a scent just like those black roses, and I end up bursting into historical sobs. I still can't explain why. It just makes me so sad, so very sad and lonely. Very lonely. And that peephole, I can't bring myself to look out it anymore. I did once after that day, you see. At first, there was nothing, but after a second, I made out the outline of a man holding up a rose and beckoning to me.
Hello, my love.